It's amazing what being a troll can do to your eyes and your ears, let alone your brain. I mean, we did a story a few weeks ago about a large group of black people in a bowling alley. I think it was in Detroit area. Anyway, so the fellas were acting up, said the paper. So the people who run the alley said, "Excuse me, fellas, would you gentlemen please mind taking your business elsewhere? Because rather than make money on you, which is our strongest instinct in the world, we want you to leave because we think you're going to cost us money with all this crazy stuff that you're doing here." The fellas said, "Sure, we'll leave, but not before we beat the piss out of you and threaten lots of other people." On video. Okay, so the story was what it was. You're looking at some of it right now. But the story got really weird when afterwards one of the trolls wrote us, started putting on Twitter saying, "Hey, Colin, you got that wrong. The people who beat up the people doing the violence and mayhem and craziness in that video, they were white, Colin. How'd you miss that? How did you not see that, Colin? They were white." And he kept saying it over and over. Finally, I said, "Did you actually look at the video?" And a lot of other people came in and said the same thing. And after a day or so, he came back and said, "Oh, my bad, man. I didn't really see it." Well, everybody knows that one of the things you learn as a reporter is whenever you cast a judgment, whenever you lock a judgment in, that affects your ability to take in new information. Judgment shuts down observation. We see that on trolls all the time. I mean, we get so many trolls on this channel. They just come and go. They don't really stay around, most of them. But each of them comes in as if they're the first one, as if everything they're saying is fresh and new and interesting and oh, so true. And here's a troll we've had lately that's been taking up a lot of space on the Twitter timeline. She says, "Well, Colin, that's just cherry picking." And she goes, well, then somebody said, I don't know if they were being facetious or not, but they said, "Colin knows about the fellas." This chick came back and said, "He really doesn't, nor do you." So she's basically been saying, dozens of times that everything we see here is made up. None of it's true, but she doesn't really come back with examples saying, "Well, hey, Colin, you said that, okay, we're going to see some really nasty videos here, black on white murder." And so the thing of our page is, hey, this is happening wildly out of proportion, this black on white, black on senior murder and assault. That could be murder if, somebody's head twisted just a little bit or one way or the other. But they never really come back saying, "Here, Colin, white people do it too. Here's some white people robbing and killing old people." They just don't do that. I don't know if they don't. Well, for two reasons. One, they can't find the videos. They're so rare. But I think the trolls, as brain-addled as they are, they also know on some level, if they come in with one video, we're going to have 25 ready to go. And that's virtually every category of violent and non-violent crime. So why don't we just issue that challenge again to the trolls? Here are two examples of black on senior violence. Nasty as it can get. We just don't see this happening from white people. And when we do, it's extremely rare. Show me I'm wrong.
Arrested 30-year-old Forrest Gilliam in connection to the double shooting in Stockton that killed an elderly woman. Police say it happened yesterday morning near Rose Street. Police say they found a man and a woman shot. The 69-year-old woman was pronounced dead at the scene.
The man was beaten and his wife was slashed. Police say it happened during a home invasion in Green Lawn. News 12's Kevin Vesey spoke with neighbors.
I was in shock. I just stood there. I could not believe it.
Green Lawn resident Elizabeth Curtis says her normally quiet neighborhood is now on edge after an elderly couple that lives down the block was attacked during a home invasion.
It's a wake-up call that it can happen.
According to Suffolk Police, it all happened at around 11:30 Thursday night here on Roosevelt Avenue in Green Lawn. That's when cops say the 75-year-old wife answered a knock at the door, and the suspect forced his way inside.
He was armed with what's described as a small knife. He slashed the wife in the hand and the arm.
Police say the thief then went to the upstairs bedroom, where he punched the woman's 90-year-old husband several times in the chest and threw him to the ground before taking off with cash and credit cards. And neighbors say the male victim is the pastor here at this church just a few blocks away. And they tell us his whole life has been dedicated to helping others.
He's been an icon in the neighborhood, you know, and this would be like the last person that you would ever think that would get robbed.
The victims were taken to a nearby hospital, and thankfully, police say they're expected to recover. But the violent nature of this crime, attacking an elderly couple, has even Suffolk Police Chief Stuart Cameron rattled.
As a 90-year-old and a 75-year-old person, it's really shocking and disturbing to me that someone would push their way into a house and assault these people.
Chief Cameron says the couple may have been targeted by their attacker. Neighbors just hope police can find him soon before he strikes again.
I hope that they get caught because this is horrible.
Come on, trolls. You can be the one that shuts down the big, bad Colin Flaherty. You can do it. All you got to do is say, hey, Colin, here's some stories all over the country of white people breaking into old people's homes and slashing them with a knife, shooting them, killing them, robbing them, even raping them. Go ahead. Make my day. That's not going to make the black kids angry.